What if I told you that before the Great Flood, giants walked the earth? Not metaphorical giants of legend, but actual beings of immense size and power that ruled over humanity with an iron fist? In our journey through Enoch's prophecies, we've uncovered forbidden knowledge, fallen angels, and cosmic rebellion. But today we dive into perhaps the most terrifying chapter of all, the rise of the Nephilim. Picture this. You're living in the antediluvian world thousands of years ago. The sky suddenly darkens, not with clouds, but with descending figures of immense power. These aren't your guardian angels. According to the book of Enoch, 200 fallen angels, led by Azazel and Semjaza, made a pact on Mount Hermon. Their mission? To corrupt humanity beyond redemption. But here's where it gets truly disturbing. They didn't just corrupt human souls. They corrupted human DNA itself. Enoch describes how these watchers took human women as wives, creating a hybrid race that would terrorize the earth. But what exactly were the Nephilim? The Hebrew word Nephilim literally means the fallen ones, or those who cause others to fall. Imagine beings with the physical prowess of angels, but the moral corruption of rebels. They weren't just tall. Enoch describes them as giants who consumed everything in their path. But here's what's truly chilling. These weren't random monsters. They were organized. They had hierarchy. They had purpose. And according to Enoch, they began teaching humanity things we were never meant to know. Weapons of war, cosmetics and vanity, astrology and divination. The very knowledge that would lead to humanity's moral collapse. But the Nephilim weren't content to just exist. Enoch reveals they had an insatiable appetite, literally. They consumed the produce of men, and when that wasn't enough, they turned to consuming men themselves. Think about that. These beings didn't just dominate humanity politically or militarily. They hunted us. They devoured us. The earth became a feeding ground for hybrid monsters. And here's the part that should make your blood run cold. Enoch suggests this wasn't random violence. It was systematic extermination. The Nephilim weren't just feeding. They were trying to corrupt the human bloodline so thoroughly that God's plan for redemption would become impossible. Is it any wonder that cultures across the globe have flood stories? That civilizations separated by oceans all remember a time when giants walked the earth and divine judgment came in the form of overwhelming waters? But here's where Enoch's prophecy takes an unexpected turn. The corruption wasn't going unnoticed. The archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, witnessed the abomination and cried out to the Most High. According to Enoch, God's response was swift and terrifying. The fallen watchers would be bound in the valleys of the earth until the day of judgment. But what about their offspring? What about the Nephilim? This is where it gets interesting. Enoch describes how the giants would be turned against each other, forced to watch as their hybrid children destroyed one another. But even more intriguing, their spirits wouldn't simply vanish. Enoch suggests that the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim would become the demons that plague humanity throughout history. Think about that. Every spiritual battle, every demonic encounter described throughout human history. Could these be the restless spirits of the pre-flood giants? Now, here's where Enoch's prophecy becomes absolutely riveting for our modern age. If the Nephilim were the result of genetic manipulation in the ancient world, what does that mean for us today? We live in an era where we're editing genes, creating hybrid organisms, and pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human. Are we repeating the mistakes of the antediluvian world? Enoch prophesied that these things would happen again, that in the last days, the conditions that existed before the flood would return. Look around. Do you see the signs? The rise of the Nephilim wasn't just ancient history. According to Enoch, it was a preview of coming attractions. The question isn't whether these beings existed. The question is, are they coming back? In our next episode, we explore Enoch's most chilling prophecy yet, the return of the Watchers, and what it means for humanity's final hour. Because if Enoch was right about the past, what does that tell us about our future? Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next in this prophetic puzzle.